Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Shop 27. I'm your host, Jermaine Colter. And to my far right, we got Mr. Kevin Johnson, KJ. And today's special guest in the middle, right here, we
Yeah,
have former
Yes,
Clemson
sir.
Women's All American,
All
All
American,
ACC, and
ACC.
Purple Heart
Yeah,
recipient, Lakeia
yeah.
Stokes.
Yes,
What's
Stokes in
going
sir.
the
on,
house.
Lakeia?
Yeah,
Gang, gang. What's up? What's up, guys? Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
No
yeah.
problem,
So
no
glad to have you
problem.
on.
Thanks for coming on. Thanks for
Of
coming on.
course.
Yeah, so for the people that don't know you, let them know where you're from and a little bit about your background.
I am from Covington, Georgia. My name is Lakeia Stokes. Most people who know me know my nickname is Chicken Bone. I've had
Yeah,
it since I was in fifth grade.
it's all right.
So yeah, most people know me as Chicken Bone, but I grew up playing basketball. Well, I grew up playing all sports, but basketball was my love, my passion. Um, Received a scholarship to Clemson. Played there for 4 years, 2000 to '04. Man, I did so much in my life. Like Jermaine
That's
said,
amazing.
I've done it all. You name it, I've done it all. But in a nutshell, I joined the military, the army, about almost 5 years ago. I was injured by a suicide bomber, and my life took a turn that I never expected. But my journey now, where I'm at, is amazing. I wouldn't change it for the world, and I'm just ready to share it with you guys.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, so what age you started playing basketball?
I think I was like 7. I started when I was 7 at
Mm,
playing the rec in the rec league with boys. I mean, I grew up. All my cousins close to my age were boys, so I grew up around a lot of boys. Always not going easy on me playing basketball, football,
yeah.
baseball.
Making you tough.
Yeah, anything. Like we was out there playing all day, every day. So I don't know, basketball just it I just loved it from the first time I started playing, and I started playing other sports because my cousins were playing it, and I was just, I guess, a natural athlete. So it didn't come easy, but I was, I guess, gifted as an athlete, so I was good at everything that I did. But basketball was just like, it came naturally. It was so easy for me, and I just absolutely loved it.
That's
Cool.
good. Good stuff.
Yes.
So, any of your parents played sports? Anybody in your background other than
Yeah.
like brother, sister?
I don't think my parents play sports, but my siblings. I had a sister who went D1. My brothers, my uncles, my cousin. Like I said, they all play sports. I think I might have been the first one in my family to get a scholarship. Um, but
Nice.
my nephew, if y'all know, he just surpassed me. That young man
Oh
just got
yeah,
drafted to the Packers. So
yeah. Good job,
congratulations.
man.
Yes, yes,
Good
congratulations to
job.
him. I want to say he's not the first in our family, but he's the first in our immediate family to get drafted in the NFL, because I have two cousins, Dale Carter and Jake Reed, also played in NFL, Kansas City Chiefs and Minnesota Vikings. So um, we got a lot of athletes in our family. But yeah, he's close. Like, I've known him since he was came out the womb. So that's my
Yeah.
little baby right there.
Okay, cool, cool. So
Yeah,
it's in the genes, it's in
it
the
is.
blood.
It
Right.
is.
Okay, cool. So who were some of your coaches that developed you along the way, like in high school and middle school? Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think we kind of touched on this the other day. It was just like, you have those coaches that really believe in you, and really, let you know that you're great. Despite, everybody telling you you're good, but those coaches that actually take the time out. I would say I had a lot of coaches play a part in that. My high school coach, who passed away, he was one of those tough coaches. He didn't care that I was the best player on the team.
Oh,
He
okay.
wasn't taking anything from me. So I learned that no matter how talented you are, that it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? It has no. It's not gonna get you on this court because you're talented than everybody else if you don't work, if you don't show up.
That's
So
right.
I learned that in high school from him. And then my AAU coach, Guy Coleman, he coached we were called the Atlanta Dream Team. I want to say we came up, we was the best thing smoking. Our team was bad. I think we had maybe all of the years that I played. Like I think everybody went D1. Like
What?
I want to say everybody went to college, but I would say probably like 16. We were 16. We had about 16 players. I say about 10 players went D1. Like everybody went to college, but about 10 of us went D1. Like when I'm saying Tennessee, North Carolina,
Yeah.
Clemson, MTSU, like College of Charleston, Furman. Like we had some hoopers on our team, but
That's good.
we he Coach Coleman was really hard on me as well. And then when I got to college, I didn't understand a lot because I didn't have anybody to teach me like different things when it comes to like learning how to read a screen or different things when it comes to defense, how to handle or react to different screens and stuff. So I learned that in college, which was kind of late, but I developed that over the years, and I had the assistant coaches were great, hands down. Some of the best assistant coaches that I could come in contact with, that I still keep in contact with to this day. So I think a lot of different coaches played a major part in my development as a player and as a person, if that makes sense, because it's more than basketball, and that's what they teach you at Clemson, that you're once a Tiger, always a Lady Tiger. Like they,
That's right.
Cool.
that goes, I'm sure, with every sport at Clemson. But it's just like a family, man. It was just the atmosphere was just like a family atmosphere. So
So, I was gonna ask you, as far as your position in basketball, were you always a natural guard, or did you always play something else?
I played point guard my entire life. Um,
Oh,
What?
cool.
right, my
Okay.
entire
So
life. And when I
yeah.
got to Clemson, I told Coach Davis, I said I don't want to play point guard. That was my main thing because I was taller, and
Oh,
I didn't feel like I would be able to play point guard and at that position because most point guards were fast and they were short. I was fast, but I wasn't quick, if
Quick.
that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Okay.
I'll beat you in the sprint, but quick and getting,
Side to side.
nah, I'm not. I'll let you go by and I'm gonna block your shot. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just
okay,
like that.
cool. Yeah.
But so I didn't want to play point guard when I got to Clemson, and he allowed me to play. Hold on just a second. Sorry about that, y'all. But
It's okay.
he allowed me to be a 2-3 guard. I wouldn't say two because I'm not a shooter. I'm a slasher. Um, my strength
Yep.
was everything but shooting. Guys, a streaky shooter. But I played every position as 1 through 4. I didn't play the 5, but I tried to learn every position so that I could be on the floor. At any position. I played the 1 at Clemson. I played the 2. I played the 3. I played the 4. So I was just, I guess, able to guard bigger people. I was able to defend the point guard. I was just able to, I was a versatile player, but my go-to, I would say I'm a three guard.
Okay,
What
cool.
handles?
Like a wing.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
yeah,
Like a LeBron. So
yeah.
so let me ask you, in high school, who was your rival from the school that you came from, in Atlanta
Rockdale,
sports? Rockdale?
Rockdale. Yes. Oh my God.
Okay,
When I
cool.
tell you, probably at halftime of the girls' game, our entire gym would be packed. Like we had a catwalk up top. Like
Okay.
people
Okay.
had no seats, like standing on the catwalks, like
Hmm.
just right there. Oh my God. I mean, we would kill them, but it was just our guys' game would be intense, if that makes sense. But Rockdale was our rival game. And I would say I really South Gwinnett. Once we started
Falcon
playing
Net.
them, I want to say like maybe my junior year, they became a rival
Okay.
as well. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Hey, did you ever get an opportunity to dunk in a game or what?
No, man, I did not. I was so scared to
Oh, come
dunk.
on.
I'm not even gonna lie. I can dunk with a tennis ball or a smaller ball, but with
Yeah,
the basketball, I
yeah,
was so
that's right.
scared. Like, and
Yeah.
I can grab the rim with no problems, with
Yeah.
ease. But
Probably
I
just
was
palming
just,
the ball.
I could palm the ball too, but I was just
Okay, all
scared.
right. Shoot.
I was scared. It's crazy. I probably could go out there and probably dunk a ball right now and be like, "Why didn't you do that?" Because I know I don't know. I don't think y'all got the photo, but it was a picture of me tipping the ball in, and my whole hand was over the rim at Clemson. And they was like, "Why you ain't dunking?" I was just like, "I don't know. I didn't even know I was that high."
You already up there. You might as well come
Yeah,
down,
I
you
didn't
know?
even know I was that high. Yeah, I've never I think I've dunked a tennis ball before, but when it comes to basketball, I just be scared that I'm gonna hurt myself. Mm.
Okay. Cool. So did you play in your high school all-star game?
We I don't think we had one. Honestly, I don't recall having one. And I say that it's weird because I know I was the player of the year my senior
Mm-hmm.
year.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
but
Congratulations.
thank you.
Yeah.
I don't remember having an all-star game. All I remember the things that I got recognized for playing was like during AAU. I think I went to
Okay.
a little combine with the top 100 seniors in the country. I went to that, but I don't remember playing in like an all-star games like McDonald's. All we didn't have that
Okay.
when I was coming
Okay.
up.
Hey, how many points you scored in a game though?
I think the
In
most
high school wise, high
high
school.
school. I don't even remember. It wasn't a lot. It was a
Oh,
lot back then. I think it might have been 36. If yeah, I don't think it was a
oh, a
lot.
game? That's good.
Yeah, I
Shoot.
mean it's good. But I would say my thing was I didn't average a lot. If I had a lot of double doubles, and that
Okay,
was like assists. I
okay.
remember
You
one
more
game
like
I
a
had
team
like
player.
almost 20 assists in one game. Like it was crazy. But like I said, I was a point guard, but I was also one of the. I think I was the leading scorer on the team. But at the end of the day, I enjoyed getting my teammates involved.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
making everybody, getting everybody involved.
Better.
So
Yeah.
it was kind of cool. But I
It's
think
better
I'm
together,
the
right?
scoring leader still at my high school after
Yeah.
21 years. Yeah,
Ah,
That's good. That's
that's
awesome.
crazy.
that's good.
Appreciate it.
That's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Good
it's
stuff.
crazy, right?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. For real. So
Shoot.
you leave high school, you go into the recruiting process. What are some of the schools that are coming towards you and some of the visits that you went on during that process?
Everybody thought I was going to UGA. Every year, our team went to Andy Landers and my high school coach were like this, like buddies.
Oh,
And we would go to team camp every year, and Andy Landers always showed me like favoritism, he just loved me. Like, but everybody thought I was going to Georgia, and I think I did. This is what, looking back, I think I didn't want to go to Georgia because it was so close to home. And
Hmm.
everybody, like a lot, not everybody, but a lot of people that I went to high school with was going to UGA. And I just
Hmm.
wanted to go somewhere where didn't nobody know me. I was
yeah.
far enough away from home where I can grow up on my own, but also get back home if I needed to.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
So
true.
I think that was one of my reasonings behind picking Clemson. But my main reason was family atmosphere. My visit, it
Yeah.
was crazy. Like I enjoyed it. Like I took another visit. Of course, I went to Georgia unofficially. I didn't take an official visit because I committed to Clemson. I was supposed to go to Georgia first. Something happened, they canceled it, so I went to Clemson and I ended up committing before the next weekend
Okay.
I went.
Okay.
Everybody was like, don't commit till you do your 5 visits. I wish
Yeah.
I would have. They free and everything is fun. And
Yeah, most definitely.
if looking back, I
I
wish I
know
would have
exactly
took
what you're
all
talking
five of
about.
my visits. Yeah,
I
so
would have to.
college athletes or high school players, take all five of your visits. Whatever you do, take all five, all five of them.
Yeah.
But
You heard it
I
here
went to
first.
Yeah, I went to G-Dub, George Washington. On that was my first
Okay.
official visit, and that visit was pretty dope. I went with, I want to say, three other girls. It was four of us, and that weekend the USA team was there, and Cheryl Swoops, Lisa Leslie, Don Staley, Teresa
Yeah,
Edwards,
all your favorite players
the
there.
legends, Shamika
Yeah.
Host, the legends. They were all there, and it was kind of dope. And back then we didn't have cell phones or that you kept, but I
Yeah.
think I had pictures like with a disposable camera, and I can't find my pictures to this day. But I remember taking photos with everybody on the team. Cheryl Swoops was my idol, female.
Sure, sure.
Hence the
Good
number
player.
22.
Yeah.
So scoring
Yeah,
machine.
yeah, Swoops
That's
was
right.
cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
For real.
I like Cheryl Swoops growing up, and just to, be in the atmosphere. We actually watched them practice, and then we got to shoot around with them. Of course, George Washington practice and stuff. It was a pretty dope visit. I had fun. It was just not for me, if that makes sense. I didn't get that same feel that I got with the players as I got at Clemson. But everybody process is different. And once I went to Vickery Hall, loved it, which is where the student athletes live.
That's right.
Absolutely live.
Man, I'm telling you,
It was pretty dope.
you take me back.
Yeah, and then just we were tailgating, and I never experienced that before. So tailgating was awesome. Like that was crazy. Like the atmosphere for the football. I've never watched football a day in my life until I went to Clemson. In my freshman year, I would never go to the football games. We would have to stay until halftime because we always have a recruit.
Uh-huh.
But after
Okay.
my freshman year, I was there every game, the whole game, and I
Yeah.
just absolutely loved it. And just I became a fan of the game after that. And Clemson did it.
Yeah, I
Clemson did
appreciate
it.
that.
Yeah, Clemson did it. It's pretty dope.
Cool, cool.
Yeah.
So you get to Clemson your freshman year. Who was that player that took you under their wing?
Um, I think it was a collection of I would say Andrea Gaines. I call her my cousin because her dad's last name is Stokes too, which is crazy. Wow.
Uh,
Okay,
Crystal
cool.
Scott, she was my host when I went to visit, and she was cool. Um, what's her name? The older girls, Utora Umo, Aaron Bath, Nuria Forms,
yeah.
Marcy Glenny came later, but it was 5 freshmen that came in that year with us. It was me, Julie Adderhole, Maggie, Kenitra Queen, and Liz Holbrook. Liz didn't stay the whole time, but the other four of us, we stayed and graduated together. So we rode the wave. So that was pretty
Yeah.
cool to have 4 girls come in together. Not
Okay.
knowing anything, but the older girls actually taking us under their wings. Once I think Chrissy Floyd was there.
Oh yeah, Christy. Yeah.
Yeah, Chrissy Floyd was there. Jermaine Moulton, she was my roommate. She beast in track and field. Jermaine, she played basketball too, but she got a scholarship with track. She was a beast. She's doing great things too in Atlanta right now. She has her own security company, Scholar Securities. I want to say she's doing her thing like for real. So I'm proud of her. But all the girls were great. Like it was just a family atmosphere. You with them every day, 24/7 practice, eat, sleep, wake up. We shared rooms, shared apartments,
Mhm.
study hall. You know what I'm saying? Everything. You had to go to breakfast, check in. You had to go to
Right.
class. Most of us in the same
Tell them now.
classes. Everything, like they become your family. You see them 24/7. You lift weights. You when we got out of classes, we would do early classes. Your
Hmm.
last class, you probably get out at 12:15. We got to
Yeah.
be on the floor at 1:30 for practice.
Woo.
So from there, you in there until it's time to go to study hall because you either got weights, film, or conditioning after practice.
Yep,
Take a
That's right.
shower, then we're going
yep.
straight to study hall, and then we too tired to do
Study hall.
anything else. So
Yep.
That was the life right there until the season started,
Yep.
and we traveling and doing everything else and just experiencing life as young adults. And so you build these bonds with your teammates that are going to last forever. And I had an opportunity to go to Clemson, I want to say 2 years ago, um, for Veterans Day when they were honoring veterans, and they actually honored me at the game, which was pretty dope. So I was able to speak with the players for a second to let them know. I was like, the girls to your left and your right, like that's your family, like
That's right.
because I had Maggie,
For
the
real.
picture that you guys posted with
Okay.
Maggie in the
Yep.
picture. That's when I spoke with
Mm-hmm.
them. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, we met each other in 2000. I said, and we are still,
Mm-hmm.
we're sisters. Like this is forever. This is just not
Right.
for
Right.
4 years. Like this is forever.
That's
So
it.
I was just like, it's crazy because all the girls came together that weekend, and because that was my, I guess, one of my first weekends. We call it an alive day. Like if you're in the military and
Mm-hmm.
anything happens to you and you survive, that day is called your alive day. So that alive day was my first day being away from my significant partner or significant other. Like she was off to doing, I think she had school. So I needed something to take my mind off of it. And we just said, okay,
Yep.
come to Clemson. Went to Clemson, and like all the girls came, and it was just a dope weekend, and like it was crazy. A big old slumber party, so it was pretty dope, and I needed it. It was greatly appreciated, and it was just
Appreciate it.
fun, just take my mind off stuff. So it's pretty dope.
Yeah. Your first game at Clemson, how was that moment? How did you feel? Like your first game at Clemson?
First game, oh God, I don't even remember if I played until like later on. My freshman year was I had a lot of up and downs. I had to adjust in the classroom, and I had to adjust with injuries. I broke my ankle in second grade, so every time I would injure my ankle playing basketball, it took longer to heal because I had a lot of scar tissue in it and I didn't know it. So I would be playing well, and then I would roll my ankle, and it's just like, up, I'm back at the end of the bench. So I got to work my way back up once I heal. So that was a battle within itself. And
Mm.
so at the end of the year, I had surgery. I was playing on it the next day. They just went in and cleaned it out. But the game that I do remember is one of the pictures that you guys posted when I was standing in the air and Julie Idaho was right there. That
Okay.
was when we beat Duke and they were ranked my freshman year. And I played
Yeah.
a significant, I think I had maybe 10 points as a freshman against Duke on national TV and their rank. And I
Yes.
took a charge in that game, which was a big turning point. I remember that. So it's just
Okay.
like things like that. Maggie's on here. So things like that that I remember my freshman year. And I don't think it was too many more games. But each year I progressed. I got better each year. My numbers increased. The trust in my coaching staff increased, and I think I just started working harder each year, and it showed on the court, of course.
Good.
Yep.
That's good.
So you led the team in like several categories: scoring, rebounding, assists, steals, block shots.
Yeah,
You was just like everything at a two guard or a point guard, you know.
yeah.
And
I I
can you
I
talk
was
about scoring 32 points against? I don't know if it was
South
South
Carolina.
Carolina or Georgia
South
Tech.
Carolina. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was the first game. South Carolina. We won in overtime. It was like 104-99. That was
Yep.
an intense game. That was crazy. I think I had like 19 and 10 at halftime. And I remember that
Mm,
because Crystal Scott, her cousin, Krishna Hill, went to South Carolina. She came to the game,
mm-hmm,
and before the game, I think it was like a doubleheader or something. I think the boys might have had a game
mm-hmm.
before us, but I was sitting out there, and she was like, "Chick, I ain't asking you to win, man. I just need a double double." And
Yeah.
I was like, I got you. And then after the game, she was like, dang, girl, you had a double double at halftime. And I was just like,
Yeah.
I ain't know. But I think my senior year, the reason why my stats were like that across the board, like I said, I played every position. I tried to do everything I could for the
Yeah.
team. But when you're playing the one, the two, or three, the four, there's gonna be games where I'm not gonna be the leading scorer. I'm gonna have to do something else. I'm gonna have to get rebounds. I'm not gonna have to get assists. I'm gonna have to steal,
Different roles
block
you have to
shots.
play.
Yeah. So, for me, we had Kanisha Queen. She was battling concussions our senior year, so she didn't play in a lot of games. So I had to step up and play point guard whenever she was out, in and out, or she was playing limited time, or if any of our big girls were in foul trouble, I had to go to the floor, if that makes sense. So I played a lot of minutes my senior year. I didn't
I love
mind.
that teammate like you.
Yeah, I didn't mind. So yeah, I mean, it was dope. So it was just like I felt like I tried to do what I can for the team.
Yeah. Yeah, you put
Cool,
team
cool.
first for sure.
Yeah,
Yep,
for sure.
yep. So talk. Who was your toughest opponent in your conference during those 4 years?
Um, mm, it's kind of crazy. I would
Florida State
say
or
I
Florida
wouldn't
State,
say the
Georgia Tech.
toughest.
Oh,
I was about to say I wouldn't say Georgia Tech, but I would say that was when I was felt like I was competing, because there was another player on Georgia Tech's team named Fallon Stokes, and we had the same last name. So one of our assistant coaches, Coach Hodge, every game we played in, he was like, "Which Stokes is gonna be victorious tonight?" And I was like, "I got you, Coach."
Okay.
Like, so he, little
All
stuff
right.
like that.
yeah.
He's like, "I got you." And every time we played Georgia Tech at home, I had to do my thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I had to do my thing. So that was kind of dope, because
Cool.
I feel like Clemson, Coach Davis did a great job with every year, the seniors,
Hmm.
he would try to play in their hometown where they were from, because a lot of times their family didn't get to come. And I think that's pretty dope for
Okay.
anybody who's coaching
That's right.
in college sports. If you have seniors or any of your players that parents or family can't get to games, try to accommodate that within your schedules, at least their senior year. And he made sure that he did that every year. It just wasn't with us, it was with all the seniors, which I felt like that was pretty dope. And of course, I got the pleasure to play at home 4 years, every year, because Georgia Tech was in our conference, and then it wasn't far, and my family was always at the
Make it,
games and
make it.
stuff. So
Yeah.
it was pretty cool. But Duke was pretty tough with Elena Beard. North Carolina was always
Hmm.
tough. One of my
Yeah.
teammates, Nikita Bell, went there.
Okay.
Georgia Tech
Hmm.
was, like I said, with Fallon. Florida State was tough.
Yeah.
Maryland was tough. Sometimes Virginia was tough. Our conference was just crazy tough. Like
Hmm.
it
Yeah, it
was
was.
like
You had to show up each week.
yeah, it was
Hmm.
crazy, and it didn't matter. NC State, now they're doing great. They would give us a run for our money as well, but we would I don't know. It was just like crazy. It didn't matter where you were in the standings. Every
Yeah.
night, it's like anybody could come out victorious. So
So, so how y'all doing the ACC tournament? Y'all make it that far?
I mean, we always went to the ACC tournament, but I want to say I don't think we got far ever. While I think my freshman year was the first year that we did well. My sophomore year, we did. I want to say we did okay, but I want to say my junior year when we went to, was it my junior year? We went to the NCAA tournament. I can't remember one year. I think it might have been my sophomore year. We played Sweet 16
Okay.
against Kansas State. And we thought we was going to the Elite Eight, but yeah, Kansas State had other plans for us.
Oh man.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool. So
they had other.
Duke won the national championship in '03, right? The women's team.
I think so. Oh my God, those I did that.
I
They
think Sue
stayed.
Bird. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
stayed. Duke stayed loaded. Like when I tell you, they Lindsey Harden, Lena Beard,
Mm.
Isis Tillis,
Lena Beard.
everybody, Monique Curry. They were stacked for
Oh,
days. Maggie said our freshman and junior year we went to the NCAA tournament. So thank you, Mags. So
Okay.
that's
appreciate
when,
All
yeah.
right. Yes, sir. Appreciate that, Maggie.
Yeah.
So, your senior year, you about to graduate college. Uh, what was your thoughts at that time? Going into the NBA, you All American, All ACC. What are your preparations at this
Well,
point?
For me, it's you learn. I look back now. Looking back, I learned that it has doesn't matter what you do as an individual player, because, like you said, my stats were crazy that year. And I think I was top 2 in scoring behind Atlanta Beard, top 2 in rebounding behind Camille Little, and I want to say top 10 in some more other categories. Hold on. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
But so I forgot what I was saying. What was I saying? Y'all remember?
You're talking about your preparations after
Oh
Clemson.
yeah. So I looking back, like it depends on how well your team does. So to all players who do well, and there's a lot. There's a lot that goes into you as a individual player, but it depends on how well your team does. I think if we would have did better in the NIT my senior year, then I probably would have got a little more recognized when it came to the WNBA draft, or the pre-draft camp and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, it's all politics.
Yeah, it is.
Mhm. Yeah.
At the end of the day,
Your audio. There you
can you
go.
hear me? Okay, sorry. It's
Yes.
about
Uh-huh.
who you know and how well your team does. At the end of the day, it's all politics, like just like how the world works. But
So,
I did go to the WNBA pre-draft camp. I had an agent that reached out
okay.
to Coach Davis.
Okay.
I had no idea what I was supposed to be doing or anything, but I did not get drafted. I was invited to 2 um, camps, training camps afterwards. One I want to say was, who was the first one? I can't remember who the first one was, but my agent at the time declined. And she said if they wanted you, they would have picked you and they would have drafted you. And
Right.
I was just like, that's not your decision to make. But this was after she had declined. She told me this. And then, so when I told her that, the second, this one, I guess Detroit Shot and Bill Lambier had reached out to her. And that's when I went there and I messed, my Achilles was hurting, and I
Mm.
couldn't. I did the first day the tryouts, and all I had to do was a shoot around the next morning, but I couldn't walk on it on my foot. And if I would have did the shoot around, I would have been a
Man.
shoe in. They was looking for a point guard, and I was just like, I could do this.
Yeah.
I couldn't even walk on my foot, man. So that just God's plan. It wasn't meant for me to go. So that's all
Yeah.
that was.
So the next thing was the military. So tell us about that.
Yeah, that came many years down the line.
Okay.
But I joined the military in 2014. Um, went to basic training in South Carolina, AIT in South Carolina at Fort Jackson. Did both of my trainings there, and then my first duty station, only duty station, was at Fort Hood. I got there 30 days, and I was out of there, deployed. 30 days, and I was shipped off to Kuwait. I went to Kuwait for 9 months. Deployment was dope. It was just hot. When I say hot, it was hot,
Hi.
like 127 degrees. Yeah, like that hot, that kind of hot. And I remember days it would get down to like 90 something, and we walking around with hoodies on because we were cold. I was just like, this is crazy. But yeah, yeah. So the deployment was cool. I learned a lot on my deployment. I learned a lot about my job, which I probably wouldn't have learned back in Garrison, which is like in the States.
Mhm.
I did apply. Would, I think I put in my OCS package to become an officer. And by the time I got back, I learned that I was accepted. And everybody was like, oh, don't do nothing, don't hurt yourself.
Yeah.
I joined the basketball team, but they denied me twice medically. And it was for something with my knee. I was misdiagnosed in AIT
Okay.
for my knee. And when they checked it again, it was no recollection of what the diagnosis was. Something about water in my knee, but nothing was wrong with my knee. So the doctor took it out and tried to resubmit it, and they denied me again. So I started playing basketball. But the higher was like, oh, we're going to fight it. We're going to fight it. Just, don't get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say November 2015, I ruptured my Achilles in Colorado playing basketball. So that was the same Achilles that was hurting when I tried out for the Detroit Shock. And 10 years later, I ruptured it. It was crazy. I think I was telling you guys about it. It was like really crazy. But I rehabbed. I had surgery, rehab. About 3 months, I was running on. They was like, "You moving too fast. Slow down. We don't want you to re-injure." I was like, "Oh, I'm good. I'm good," because I knew a deployment was coming up, and I wanted to be deployable because I wasn't deployable because if you can't run, you can't be deployable. So
That's right.
I got back and I was deployable, and I knew it was a 9-month deployment coming up for Afghanistan that I volunteered for. A lot of people don't know that. Yeah, I volunteered for this deployment.
Wow.
I had my first sergeant who was just like, he didn't want me to go. He was like, no, I don't want you to go, because I was attached to First Cav, which is over all of our companies. So it's just like this, our division, First Cav, and we have little companies within it. And I was in 502nd, and my first sergeant in 502nd was just like, I don't want you to go, da, 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 da. And I was like, but the first sergeant said I can go. I'm attached to them, I can go. Yeah. And he was just like, no, I don't think this is a good idea, da, da, da. And I went on deployment. We left in September. And 2 months in is when I got injured by a suicide bomber, which was crazy because we would have like indirect fires, which are we call them IDS. So when they're actually shooting at us, not they just shooting in our direction. So we have these RPGs that shoot in the air to, blow them up before they get to us or hit land or anything. So whenever IDF goes off, we have to go into a bunker or, get to safety or whatever. So we would have those frequently. And it was getting close to Veterans Day. And one of my battles, which was actually my roommate, she was just like, she was in the security platoon. She was like, oh, tell everybody to be careful because holidays coming up and they get crazy around the holidays. In my mind, I'm thinking, oh, it's just going to be more IDFs. And not thinking that it would be anything else. Not knowing that supposedly a week prior to, we had a 5K fun run the day of the blast. And it was a morale run. And so a week prior to that, supposedly they called it off because they heard speculations that something was going to happen, but they didn't know what it was, if that makes sense. So they was just like, no, we'll make sure everybody's off the post. It's just, Army personnel, DOD civilians that can be on the post. Nobody else affiliated, could be on the post. We'll just make sure everybody's off the post. Everybody wasn't off the post. So yeah, it happened on post. The guy built the bomb on post using material that had nothing to do with his job. But long story short, we were heading down to the gym to go test out. It was a group of us that was in combatives, and combatives is just training for fighting. To just say, for instance, you lost your weapon or you ran out of ammo or something, so you got to fight. So it's a type of training that we do. We were doing our last day of combatives, and we were going down to the gym where we do it every morning, and the gym was packed. They were getting registered for the 5K fun run. So most of the class had got there. So we was just like, so what are we going to do? And one of our commander was like, let's just go to the other gym and test out for our final day of combatives. And his words verbatim, he's like, all right, y'all, let's get in here. I want to go out with a bang. His words verbatim. And it was ironic that that happened to us when it happened. So we started walking in the opposite direction from the 5K fun run. And um, per reports, his plan was to go or make it to the start of the race to detonate the bomb, because there's hundreds and thousands of people that was there.
Yeah, they heard.
And you have a lot of things going through your mind. What if I registered for the run that morning? You know what I'm saying? Would this have happened to me? But you can't do that. You go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Trying to think of what if this would have happened. What if I was late that morning? Because we had people that were late, didn't make it, so they didn't get injured. Just different things that play out in your mind. So we're all walking, and we're heading down, and some of the other classmates are coming down in the direction that we're leaving. So we tell them, turn around, we're going to the other gym. And they was just like, okay. So we're all engaged in our own conversations, not paying attention to nothing. It's dark outside. And I'm talking to my battle buddy, Tyler Ubelt, and he's standing on my right side. He pulls out some tobacco out of his pocket. I was like, when did you start dipping? He was like, I'm trying to quit smoking. And he crosses in front of me. I was like, but you didn't answer my question. When did you start dipping? And boom, the blast went off. And he was never able to answer that question. Like, he didn't make it, like,
Just
at
that
all.
fast.
And I knew he didn't make it. Huh?
I said, just that fast. All that happened just that quick.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just that quick. And I knew he didn't make it because when we were all in the ER. I saw a gurney go by with just a white sheet on it, and it was like from his ankles up covered, and I saw his boots. And so when they were taking everything off of me, trying to assess my wounds and everything before they took me to emergency surgery, they took me to, I guess, knock me out. But one of the officers was just like, did you see the guy? And I was just like, what guy? He's like, the effing coward. And I was like, he's like, suicide bomber. He was like, he died right next to you. And I was just like, huh? Like, I thought it was an idea. Like, mind you, I had no idea. So that's when I learned, thinking, like, I've seen all this stuff, thinking it's an idea. I'm up, I'm coherent. I see people laying on the ground. My battle is screaming, but her leg is hurting. I'm trying to help her, but then when I try to move, it feels like my whole entire arm is on the ground, and like I thought I was standing up, but per first responders, we were all laying on the ground. So somebody pulled me over, and he was just like, "Fuck, her arm isn't attached," and he was like, "Whatever you do, don't look at your arm." And I was just like, "Roger, sorry." So I never looked at my arm. I never know what it looked like. Looking back, I wonder what it looked like. But I think if I would have looked, I probably would have passed out, shocked.
Oh,
I
yeah,
couldn't
so
feel anything. My body was in shock. I didn't feel nothing. The only thing I felt, they had 2 tourniquets on my shoulder. So that was the only pain that I felt. The tourniquets were so tight. And I was just like, they was like, you feel anything? I said, just the tourniquet, take the tourniquet. He's like, no, we got to keep the tourniquet on. We got to save your arm. I had a hole in my left knee. My right foot was broken. I had shrapnel throughout my entire body. Luckily, I didn't have any internal injuries.
okay.
Major organs, nothing was damaged. Brain, nothing, anything, no serious head injuries. Um, so I was lucky in that aspect, because we had people that had half of their skull removed, people that had terrible TBIs, pinky amputated, leg amputated, just a lot. I think I was severely injured. I lost function. There were people that were injured but didn't lose anything. So more mentally and emotionally injured than physically. So on that aspect, I think it was very serious for me physically, but it could have been a lot worse. I could have been the one not waking up or not making it. So I'm very thankful that I'm still here. And a
Yes.
lot of people ask me, "Wow, well, how do you keep going? How do you stay so positive?" And I was just like, I have to, for the people that can't continue to go, for the people that didn't make it that day, I have to keep going. I have to stay positive, because if I don't stay positive, I might as well not be here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a second chance to be great. I got a second chance to keep living. Like, I got a chance to keep doing what God has me here to do, and that's share my story, share my journey of positivity, and how that I turned my pain into my power. So I started a clothing brand. It's called Pain into Power. How to triumph over your tragedy. You know, we all go through adversity. We all are going through something. You never know what your positivity will do for somebody. Being mean and nasty to people, that's not going to help the world, especially in the state that we're in right now. So you never know what your joke gonna do for somebody, what your smile gonna do for somebody, what a hey gonna do, how you doing. You know, somebody who actually really care about your well-being. Like, how is your mental state right now? Because a lot of people are going through things mentally. So how are you mentally feeling? How are you doing? Just being a shoulder or an ear for somebody to talk to. It's crazy what little things can do. So my whole perspective changed after I got injured. Like, it drastically changed. Like, I'm a totally different person than I was 5 years ago. Like, it's crazy. As it seemed, like I can't see my life before, because this is all I know now, if that makes sense. Like, it's crazy, but
I
it's
understand.
yeah.
We're so glad
So
you
in a
made it through
nutshell,
that.
So talk about your.
go ahead.
I was just saying, I'm so glad you made it through that. I know
I
that's real
appreciate it,
tough.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you
you
inspired
also
me.
are an author, and you have a. Yeah. You also have a book as well, right?
yeah. Pandemic bring out a lot of stuff.
Yep.
So I wrote a book
Yeah.
during the
So.
pandemic,
Mhm.
self-published, self edited, everything. I did it on my own, which was pretty dope. I never thought I'd be able to write a book. So anybody out there thinking they want to write a book or they want to do something, just do it. You know what I'm saying? Just do it. Don't think about how long it's gonna be. Don't think about what's in it. Just write. That's my advice to you. If you want to write a book, just write. Don't try to put it in order. Just write everything down that you want to put in it, and then worry about the order later. It'll all come together, because first I was stuck on how long I wanted the book to be, because I was like, I don't want it to be long because people are not going to read it. I don't want to, not going to hold their attention span. But then I started thinking, I was like, I'm going to be crafty with it. So the book is pretty dope, I think. I made it like Love and Basketball. It's one of my favorite movies.
Okay.
So the
Okay.
book is,
Cool.
is in
That's one of my
quarters.
favorite movies.
Right. So the book is in
Okay.
4 quarters, which is, I think, is pretty dope. And it's called Lakeia Stokes, More Than an Athlete, because a lot of people know me as an athlete. That's it. They don't know Sergeant Stokes. They don't know
Yeah.
D. They don't
That's right.
know Lakeia. They don't know Kia. So it's just like, in each quarter, I try to give somebody a different perspective. Like, everybody, or not everybody, but a lot of people that I get feedback from say, I learned something about you in the book. And that was my
Yeah.
purpose or my journey,
That's right.
to let people learn something about me that they didn't know. So it's like the first quarter started from when I was born, or how I grew up, and then something significant happened in the book to end that quarter. Boom, second quarter starts, and I think the second quarter might be, I want to say high, it might be college maybe, or yeah, the second quarter is college and all this, and something significant happened to end the second quarter. Then boom, third quarter happens, whatever that may be. Who Me becoming Kia, I don't know. Coming out as being a black lesbian. So we already got to face so much in the world being black. So that might be the third quarter. And then the fourth quarter
Got to dig
is
deep.
the day that I got injured.
Mhm.
I take you through that whole day. I take you through rehab. I take you through everything I dealt with emotionally.
That's
I
right.
take you through all that in the fourth quarter. And then I have an overtime piece, which is living beyond my limitations because now things change.
That's right.
So I tell you about the different things that I had to adapt to. And if I can do it, anybody can do it. Not writing a book. I'm just saying life. If I the things that I do, if I can
Mm-hmm.
do it,
Hmm.
anybody can do it.
That's right.
So it ain't no excuses at all now when it comes to life or anything, because I know that it could be so much worse. So when I look at my
Hmm.
situation, I know it can be worse. So
That's right.
that's another thing that keeps me going as
Yeah.
well. So I just try to tell people to keep that in mind. Like you complaining about not wanting to go to work when there's people that don't have a job, stuff like that. You're
That's
complaining
right.
about you want a new car when there's people who either living in their car or don't have a car to get back and forth. So it's just so much to be grateful for. And I think when we change our perspective on how we think, like
Yeah.
the world, like when we focus on negative things, that's all that's gonna come around us. Negative things gonna happen,
That's right.
negative things gonna be in our mind. But when we focus on positive things, you're gonna start seeing a
Yeah.
shift and a change in your life. It's
That's right.
not easy. It's
Believe
like
me.
lifting weights. So you do it every day, you get better, you get stronger.
Yeah.
So if you continue to think positive or have positive people around you or have positive thoughts, wake up in the morning and do affirmations. Wake up in the morning and speak positive thoughts into yourself first and
That's right.
foremost. And then you know what I'm saying? Like your life is gonna shift. Things are gonna change. And it's not always gonna be roses and peaches or whatever, however you wanna say it, because it's just life. It's not. You're
Hmm.
gonna have ups
It's a
and downs,
process.
but the longer that you the longer that you stay in those ruts in those down times, the
Mm-hmm.
harder it is for you. So I try to take positive things out of every negative or bad situation. What is God trying to teach me? Like, why am I doing this? If I don't learn,
Hmm.
it's gonna happen again. If I don't learn from this moment,
Right.
it's gonna
You
happen
better
again.
learn it.
So
Yeah.
Yep.
good.
Yep. So where can they find your book?
It's on Amazon. Just type in my name, it'll pop up. It's on Amazon. It's on the
Okay.
link in my bio on Instagram. I actually have a page, Painting to
Hmm.
Power, on Facebook. Click on either one of those. I have my website. Also, it's on my website. Is pain-into-power.myshopify.com, which is pretty long. But it's a link on Facebook. You can like it. It's on my Facebook page, Pain Into Power. But yeah, it's a lot of outlets to get the
Cool.
book. My apparel, of course, is on my website. Link in the bio on Instagram,
Yeah.
triumphant underscore
That's
woman,
right.
or on my page on Pain Into Power. Like it, and then it has the website on there as well.
That's what's up.
Okay. Cool.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there any shout outs you wanna give to the people?
Hey man, just shout out to everybody who tuned in, y'all. Man, this show dope. Y'all should tune in. Y'all have this every Tuesday. Sports Shop 27. These guys cool. They my brothers now. We locked in for life, and if y'all don't know,
Appreciate that.
y'all go shop with them too. They got some dope apparel as well.
That's right.
So
That's
y'all
right.
go in there and check them out. And I appreciate y'all for having me. First one
Uh,
shout y'all out. I'm thankful for the opportunity to share my story on you guys' platform. And I want to appreciate y'all. Y'all just keep doing what y'all doing, man. Keep giving back. Keep showing people. Like you said, it's not where you start, it's where you finish. And
right.
my story is just beginning. My journey is just beginning. It's not over. And I know the same is for everybody else. Just keep going no matter what.
That's right.
All
Yes,
right.
sir.
Well, you guys have tuned into another edition of the Sports Shop 27. Follow us on YouTube, Facebook,
Yes.
and we also on Spotify. Cheers.
Mm.
Yes.
Mm.
All right. Until the next time, you guys be safe out there. Wear your mask,
Yes, sir.
and we'll see you later.
All
That's
right,
right.
man.
Peace.
Thank
Not how
y'all.
you start, it's how you finish.
That's it.
That's how you
Right.
finish. Later.